You broke your neck, and you mentioned that you were paralyzed. What is that? What happened?
That was a rough day.
When was that?
So 2009, I was bucked off at home, just riding colts, and wasn't even on a colt, just a fresh horse. And he skull fractured me in 4 places, broke my pelvis, broke my collarbone, broke the bones all the way around this eye. I didn't have to have any kind of reconstructive surgery whatsoever. And then these marks up here are from the halo. So I broke my C2, which is your...
So you had the
halo. Yep. Wow. I was in the halo for a year.
Do you have any pictures of that?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to need to get that. We're going to need
to see some pictures of the halo. And that's, I think, when I learned a lot about YouTube and sharing my story, because I really hid. I was embarrassed I got bucked off. I was embarrassed I got hurt that I got bucked off. And that's when I had like a full come to Jesus about like, man, I thought I couldn't train a horse that was good enough to go back to the NFR after I'd taken a break. And I was in the middle of training. And I was like, well, now I got to train one and then see if I can go back and see if I can actually win a world title. But the halo was a big deal. So I had to shave my head and get the halo in. And I was back riding a year later, but I had to learn to walk and talk. Had an incredible nurse that got me out of the hospital in 3 days. So great news is it was very fast for me. And I told my parents that I was in a fender bender while they were out of town with their grandkids. So I didn't want them to know I was in a hospital and couldn't walk.
Oh my gosh.
So I was scared. I was like, I got to get up because when they get home, they are going to freak out that
and then they saw you in the halo, and then the fender bender story didn't work for very long.
It did not work out. Somebody actually got a hold of that I was in the hospital and called my parents for an interview. So It did not go well for long. It was fast. And so I was like, the sweet nurse was in there and I was like, I got to walk. And she was like, that ain't gonna happen. I was like, I have got to get out of here. And she was like, I don't know what to tell you. She was like, if you can get to moving your big toe, we can maybe do something. And then she was like, well, I can get the thing from the ceiling to help you up. Maybe. But if you fall, like, you could die. And I was like, well, I mean, I'm going to die right here anyway. Like, let's get up. So shout out to her for making it actually happen. And then when I had my mom pick me up from the hospital, she got the full meal deal. So.
And so what was that process like? You said you had the halo on for a year?
Yes, for I was supposed to have it on for exactly a year. Ended up having it on for a little bit less than that because my neurologist went out of town. So I was able to talk the intern into taking the halo off of me. I knew I couldn't talk the other guy, the neurosurgeon, into taking it off, but the substitute teacher, I was able to talk him into it. I was like, no, he said this is coming off on this day. And they took it off. And I got right back to riding. But my staff, almost all of them quit because I started BabyFlo the week I came home from getting it off. And she had never been she'd been like lately halter broke. And they were like, this is what you're going to start with. I'd send her to the trainer for 30 days. The cutting horse guy said, this is the one that's going to kill you. I'm sending her home. And so that was crazy. She was a major problem. I mean, cow horse guys don't send horses home. And so they sent her home and said, this is the one that's going to kill you. And I was like, well, I didn't just die. So surely I can't break my neck twice, right? So then I started her, and that was my mission. She was my purpose for sure.
So you started her and you knew she was the one from the beginning.
30 days in, the first jackpot won the 1D, like by a margin. And within 90, 120 days, I made the short round on her at Denver of being broke. I mean, she's just a freak of nature.
What?
And I documented the majority of it on YouTube because I've been doing YouTube so long. And I documented the majority of it and then missed the NFR in 2012 by $700. And then went to the NFR in 2013, was the worst girl there. Hit every barrel.
What happened in 2014?
And then won the world in 2014.
Really?
I hit every barrel in 2013 on the parking lot, in the alleyway, everywhere a trash can was, I hit it. And it was really embarrassing. And so I was like, okay. So it was just like, loss overcome, loss overcome, loss overcome.
Wow.
And then 2014, I was like, nobody tell me what the numbers are. I'm just going to keep riding my horse. Like, nobody tell me what the numbers are. And then I came out 10th round. They swung the gate. My dad looks at me with this panic face and he goes, just ride your horse. I knew what this meant. I knew it meant if I just keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to be the world champion.
He's freaking out over there.
Everybody, don't tell me any numbers. I'm not going to do any numbers in my head, just round by round.
Really?
And then I placed higher than Lisa Lockhart in that round and won the world. And I came out. I was in utter shock because I had no clue. I had erased. I men in blacked myself. No idea. Nobody tell me anything.
What?
Deleted all apps off my phone.
What was that like after the 10th go around and realizing it when you had no idea?
Well, let me tell you about it. Because I get down to the bottom. Have you won the world?
Me? No.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me tell you what to do.
Far from it. Never had to worry about that.
So they shuttle you down. So you don't get the victory lap, right? So the average winner gets the victory lap. But I've never been that good at the NFR to really worry about it. So Lisa's taking the victory lap. And I'm like, okay, why are they taking me down? They tell me, you've won the world, you won the world, go down, talk to the interview lady. I get down there and they go, she didn't win the world, right? Because Lisa won the average. Well, I guess that conversation was straight threw me into extreme vomit mode. I was like, somebody find me a trash can and I'm going to throw up. This is like too much.
Because then you thought, I didn't
win the world. And they brought me down here by accident. I guess historically, those that win the average win the world, especially in the barrel race. But I had outplaced her in a round. And so it ended up, it was very close. And anyway, I won the world, but it was tight.
What do you remember? Did you come in number one that year?
Came in number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
So you just, you had to run some barrels there if Lisa won the average. And then that's
and
amazing.
I hit a barrel.
And you, wow.
Yep. But she hit a barrel too.
So was that, 30 days in?
Kaylee Bass was number 1. But
really?
We both kept kind of shot up. Yeah.
Wow.
I want to ask, 2014, you're riding, tell me, rookie year was 1991?
Mm-hmm.
How many years is that?
23 years.
When did it start? Were you like, you're right, you're elevating, you're getting better, but then you're not getting
great.
You're not getting great and you're not achieving that ultimate goal. Did you feel like this, like I have to get this gold buckle eventually?
So in 95, 95 was my first qualification. 98, I told my parents, I think I just want to go do something else.
Yeah.
Because rodeo is very carnival.
Yeah.
You're very you're a carny in a parking lot going on the same trail. It gets very redundant. And you're like, I kind of want off the ride. And I'd gotten recruited to go model in New York. So I decided I'm going to go do that. I'm going to move to New York. So I moved to Manhattan. And then that was just boring. I made a good living. I got my own apartment. I was 17, did all that. And then I was like,
living in New York, own apartment at 17 years old.
Yes. Model apartment. So we had other people in it. But I'd been on the road forever. So New York was no big deal. My next door neighbors were Wu-Tang Clan. It was awesome. So that was
You're
great.
talking about the actual rap group, right?
Actual Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah.
I don't even know what this is.
It's like, isn't there old school rap?
Yeah,
rap group?
man.
Like
No way.
rappers.
Yeah.
Famous old school rap.
Famous.
Really?
Wow.
You need to listen to some Wu-Tang.
How do you spell that?
W-U-Tang. T-A-N-G. Wu-Tang.
I didn't
That's
know
going to be on your next vlog. You showing him
we're
Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang. You need to know. Comment below if you know who Wu-Tang Clan is and if you have the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Anyways, so forgive my guy here.
Hmm?
You live next to Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes,
and you're
I did.
living the life in New York City.
Yeah, and it was just like rodeo. It's not what it's cracked up to be. There's not much glamour. It's a tough job. I was booking. I was doing really good. Really, really bored with it. So I decided to move to LA and do some acting stuff, TV stuff, see if I could get in there, see if I could accomplish it. My dad has always said, this has become a My Dad Quotes podcast, but he's always said, if you come to a fork in the road, take it. And he has always just really encouraged me that every time you get an itch to do something, do it because there's a lesson in there that God has for you, whatever it is. Now I know that my lesson is be good on camera, be decent on camera, be able to inspire, be well-spoken, represent your brand. All of those things would be very important. I didn't know that it was me getting some really C-list stuff that would teach me how to be comfortable in front of the camera as an introvert. I'm not very social.
Right.
So being on camera has been a very important part of my job, and being around strangers that come up to me or little kids that want to hug me. All of those things trained me for that moment. So all the layers of my life, I see how that has all worked now, and God's plan's not very clear in the moment. You're like, why is this, why did I break my neck? Why did my horse die? Why did all these things happen? But now when I look back, the clarity. So now when I see when something bad happens, I know there's a lesson in it. And I don't want to have to learn it twice.
Right.
I want to get the lesson instead of like the why me process of why is this happening to me? This always happens to me. Like it's always going to happen until you find the lesson. So, I don't want to, have you ever had that repetitive thing
100%.
Happen in your life?
Yes.
Like, and you're like, oh, this keeps, for me, it's various different things. And I'm like, okay, I need to stop and get the lesson out of this. So anyway, I think New York and LA were places for me to learn lessons, places for me to experience different things, step outside of rodeo, and for me to realize I really love it. I really do love it. A lot of people have asked me like, why are you back? Why would you do this to yourself?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to experience it with my kid, my husband, and, with money. I don't have to survive.
It might suck, but it's a lot more fun.
It's a lot more
when
fun.
you don't have to win to get to the next one or to eat that cheeseburger.
I remember, like in Canada, digging out loonies and toonies to try to get a hot dog. Like those are very fresh on my memory. So I want to do it again, being able to go to the water park and ride some go-karts in between and not having to count pennies.
For sure.
It's been fun.